Time.
So can you tell us a little bit about that, about when you guys first set to get this monument?
Well, it was actually way back a year or so before we started it. It was 20 years ago. It took us a couple of over the winter and into the spring before we got going, and it was the next year in June the 1st when we actually dedicated the monument.
So what does it feel like to be able to see this 20 years after and see the rest of the waterfront kind of grow and expand?
Well, we were here pretty well when it was in its childhood, and as a matter of fact, the chap who ran the job here for us, he put fill in here from the city urban renewal when they dug up the street railway and some old sewers and that, and bring it right all this stuff down here. And some of this is on transplanted ground, waste ground, which they had to get rid of somehow. This was a good spot for it. This here, where we are right now, is be underwater.
Did they do that in order to put the monument in,
No,
or just in general?
No, that was just a reason to cost-cutting reason, really. They would have had to haul it long distances from Cumberland Street and Park Street, the various streets that where the sewers were replaced, and the street railway. They were dug up, so had nothing to do with us. We were fortunate enough that they did it.
How does it feel to be here 20 years later for the rededication of this monument?
I'm lucky to be here at all.
When you were talking today, you were talking about the young people picking up the torch. How do you feel when you look out and you saw a number of young people out here today?
Oh, I expected young people. I had couple of my own grandchildren here this morning. Great grandchildren.
So what's the importance of having a monument like this?
Well, it's kind of a striking point. Something that everything kind of rallies around. Our biggest in the Navy, one of the biggest ceremonies during the year is Battle of Atlantic Sunday, and generally it's held down here. Lately, because of the changes in weather, we've ended up having to hold the services back at the Griffon. But this is where we normally would hold the Battle of Atlantic Sunday service. We did for many years, and still would if we could. As I say, it's got something to do with the weather. Like today, I watched the National Weather Report for practically 2 weeks. It declared the 21st it's rain, and right up until yesterday it was still rain, and it still is today, but that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon before it starts. Thank God for that. My slicker's back in the wagon again.
Did you serve in the Battle of the Atlantic?
Pardon?
Did you serve during the Battle of the Atlantic?
Yes. I was in the Navy 3 years during the war, and went back into the reserve after the war.
What vessel did you serve on?
I didn't serve on any vessel.
Oh.
I was on the East Coast, but not on a vessel.
Can I ask? I mean, I already asked about the importance of the monument, but the fact that it's here in a public place, like, what is it? What do you hope that it does for people that anybody can come in?
Well, the way the monument was built, it has many facets, you see. And if you go around, there's several brass plaques. If people go and read those plaques, they'll find out quite a bit of history, including the history of those, what they call carronades, see. They were actually, they were built in for the same vintage guns as they used at the Battle of Trafalgar. Yeah. 1805, around that area, for one thing. And there's a story, those guns, they traveled in various places. Originally they were brought here for the opening of the Port Arthur Collegiate. And on one of the terraces, there were four of them placed there. And then there's the triangular park right in front of what is now the theater. And on that triangle park, there were four more there. There was 10 of them brought up here from Montreal. They were stored there. And one of them was, for many years, on High Street near Hillcrest Park. And that one now there's two of them now at the Army monument at Hillcrest Park. And the rest are here, with one being over at the museum, Fort William.
Why is it so important that we have these monuments and plaques and all these type of things to remember?
Well, they're part of history, eh? And this country's full of history. Okay. We're fighting still. Yeah. It's something you don't hurt anybody by reminding them that they were either good or bad, because that time is gone. It's going to hurt anybody.
And then what is the importance of rededicating this monument?
Oh, because of this is the 80th anniversary of HMCS Griffon, and this is a side bar on that case to help them with their celebration.
That was great.
Thank you very much.
Okay.